Most people spend their whole energy trying to defeat the world. They try to prove the world that I am the best, not by working on them, but by speaking too much. They think that there are a lot of competition and they are scared of it. But Bruce Lee believed something different. The greatest battle is the battle within yourself. Because if you have a weak mentality, you can never create a powerful life. If you have a distracted soul, you can never find peace inside. As Bruce Lee once said, as you think, so shall you become. Now think about that, not as you wish, not as you hope, but as you are thinking along the day. Because your mind or your thoughts quietly shapes your reality. It changes your habit. It transforms your action. It builds your future. Most people live reactively. They let emotions control them. They let fear stop them. They let society define them. But Bruce Lee refused to live like that. He believed human beings were capable of far more than that. They can be far more disciplined or far more focused and far more greatness. That is why he said the successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. A normal man can be superhuman with extreme focus, not special but focused. And that is the difference. Most people scatter their energy everywhere. So one day they feel motivated, another day they feel distracted. One day they feel disciplined, another day they get lost. But focused people become dangerous because focus creates mastery. Bruce Lee understood something most people never realize. Life is always changing constantly and nothing stays still in this world. That's why one of his most famous lessons was, be water, my friend. Because water adapts, water flows, and at the end, water survives. If you pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you pour it into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Water doesn't resist reality, and it's just everywhere. It moves and it continues forward. And that is how powerful people live, like water. Weak people break under pressure, but strong people adapt through pressure. Bruce Lee said, do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. That line alone can change a whole life because most people are waiting for the life to become easier. They wait for the good time, but life doesn't reward comfort. Life rewards growth, and growth needs pain. Growth means hard work, discipline, consistency. And discipline is painful. Change is painful. Transformation is painful. But remaining weak is 10 times more painful than that. So choose your pain wisely. One of the dangerous things Bruce Lee warned against was limitation. He said, if you always put limits on everything you do, physical or anything else, it will spread into your work and into your life. Most prisons are invisible. People limit themselves long before reality limits them. They say, I'm not talented enough. I'm too late. I can't change. This is just who I am. And slowly their mind becomes a cage. Bruce Lee refused to live inside limits. And that is why his presence still inspires millions decades later. Because he wasn't just teaching fighting. He was teaching freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from weakness, freedom from self-doubt. And he said, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. That is where most people fail. They watch motivation, they read books, they talk about success, but they never act. Knowledge is power, but if you don't apply them, they are powerless. Information means nothing without execution. Knowledge without action becomes illusion. Remember, the world is filled with people who know exactly what to do, but they never do it consistently. And consistency is where transformation lives. Bruce Lee lived with intensity, not because he knew he would live forever. Not because he knew he would live forever, but because he understood time is limited. Every day matters, every habit matters, every thought matters. That is why he said the key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. And he said he lived his life that the whole world remembered him. Not just through the martial arts, but through mindset, through discipline, through fearless self-expression. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect condition. Stop asking life to become easier. But master your mindset, master your focus, master your attitude, and control your focus and discipline your thoughts. Because the greatest weapon on this earth is a human being with laser-like focus. A person with laser-like focus, no one can beat them because they master everything. Be focused, be disciplined, be adaptable, and above all, become who you truly are. And remember, as you think, so shall you become.